Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news, with your hosts Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. This episode of the E-Commerce Minute is brought to you by SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. Send envelopes, flats, and packages right from your desk, and you're back in business in no time. And for being a loyal E-Commerce Minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you'll never overpay. Save time and money on mailing and shipping with SendPro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, you can qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping. Calculate exact postage online, and print labels right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience shipping made simple with a free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. It's E-Commerce Minute episode 586.
In today's episode, at Open Concept, the bar is always open.
Paying hourly for things isn't exactly a new concept. We pay hourly for parking, for time slots at venues, and service providers are typically paid by the hour. But what if you could schedule a time at the bar to drink? A new bar in St. Louis, Missouri is shaking up the scene with a concept we haven't yet seen. Customers aren't charged by the glass, but by the hour. The new bar is appropriately called Open Concept, and the website says for an average of $10 an hour, you can drink as much as you can legally handle. Before anyone can book an hour of time at the new bar, they create a profile and receive a confirmation code. That code is then used for their drink orders. Time begins when you get your first drink. The menu includes specialty drinks and cocktails like strawberry wine punch, raspberry bliss, or just a plain old gin and tonic. You can also opt for something more traditional like a Budweiser or a glass of Moscato. For a fee of $20 an hour, you can snag top shelf choices like Hennessy, Jameson, Pearl Vodka, and Ciroc Peach. It doesn't sell food, but you're able to order in food anytime you'd like. There are exceptions, though, like the weekly Taco Tuesday and Bottomless Brunch events. Open Concept's owner, Michael Butler, also has a second gig as the city's official recorder of deeds, and he told St. Louis Magazine that he got the idea from his campaign's own fundraising parties. Open Concept's grand opening was in early October, and we might just have to stop by. Remember, kids, drink responsibly. And if you want to check out the website, it's openconceptstl.com. I have questions.
I have visions of the future.
How is this legal?
I know, right? I'm sure it's just same rules apply though, because at a regular bar you can get as much as you want, but
True.
they can cut you off.
I guess we're looking at it wrong.
Yeah.
But I think psychologically, and we'll get into the other aspects of this, but I think the psychological thing is, we'll use the buffet concept. You go to a buffet, it's all you can eat. Well, people, when you tell someone you can do as much as you want for a set price, they'll do more. They'll take more, like all you can eat pasta, all you can eat buffet. It's like, all I can eat, hell yeah, more shrimp for me.
Yeah.
And I think I think a certain segment of people will be very irresponsible for this.
Right.
It is if you're someone who's a conservative drinker, then this is a great idea. You could take your friends out for happy hour and it's only going to cost you 10 times however many people plus your tip.
Right. And all I can think of, for me personally, is if I could spend $10 on 3 glasses of wine, hell yeah.
Sure.
Hell yeah. That's why I would do it.
Good
I would so do that.
But then we talk about the shit show that's probably open Bellini night or whatever that is, the bottomless mimosas. There used to be some great things on Gawker when they would the photographer would follow around all the millennials in New York going to brunch on Sunday and vomiting in the street. It's kind of what I see here. have a problem with this. Now,
Hmm.
we're being we're kind of dragging it a little bit, but statistically, binge drinking is down. And obviously this is going to cater to a younger audience. And the younger audience is now more health conscious, more like, can't drink too many beers, gotta run in the morning, I gotta do the marathon, it's gotta, I have my yoga triathlon coming up. But and I'm making fun, but I still think it's problematic because to tell someone go for it, go for it, and alcohol's related, I think there's just going to be a certain percentage of people that are going to be not exactly responsible. Now,
Mhm.
again, the wait staff, I'm sure, is trained properly to recognize when someone is inebriated. I'm sure they have things in place to stop that, but there's always going to be one knucklehead.
Oh my God, yeah. And I'm just thinking about, like even here, like, places do bottomless mimosas, of course, but those bottomless mimosas are $40. So the my age like hooligans are like, oh crap, I'm not spending $40 on that. You know what I mean? Like this $10 thing is mind-boggling. It
Yeah,
is
this is
truly
crazy.
I hope these people tip these bartenders well, because these bartenders are going to see some stuff, and I'm nervous for them. That's all
Yeah.
I could think about.
So there was some scandalous tea
Ah,
about
yes,
this. Why don't you
yes.
tell us what there was something about weighing
The
people
public.
or something?
Okay, yeah. So basically, when I was first reading about this, I was like, oh, okay, like there are stipulations, like in the
Yeah, because when I first saw it, I was like, "There's got to be a catch."
right. And I was like, okay, like I'm like, this makes sense in this one publication. And before I scrolled to the bottom of it, there is this little note. And it was like, it said like saying, or okay, I'll get to that. Okay. So basically, what the publication said was that they checked your height and weight. They scanned your ID. You had a drink limit depending on your weight, the scientific drink limit. They said they had like systems that could like tell how much people were intoxicated and stuff like that. And then literally the bar had to email Vice, who posted this, and be like, I don't know why there's these rumors going around that we're taking people's weight and stuff like that, but that's absolutely not true. Like St. Louis Magazine, I guess, was just like trying to like
Yeah.
stir the pot and like justify this, but they were like, we don't take people's weights and we don't have drink limits and we don't do any of that, which I was like, ooh.
If you've got to go through that many hoops to get a drink, then I would say just go somewhere else.
Right. But the
That
fact that they don't do that is arguably a little more alarming. Because, like,
Yeah.
at first when I read that, I was like, oh, cool, some regulation. And then Vice was like, nope, just kidding, no regulation. And I was like, oh my God.
So speaking about the technology surrounding alcohol, there's an article in Vice, which we'll put in the show notes. There's a tech company called DataSpark Q, and it's a thing called FaceTab. And what it can do, the long and short of it is basically an add drinks to your tab based on your facial recognition, and it can tell by the facial recognition if you've had too much to drink. Correct, Brittany?
Yep. And it could also tell your age.
It tells your age, so it tells you if they're old enough to have a pint, and also if you have a queue at the bar. So you have a line at the bar, people are pushing and shoving. It'll tell who who should be next and who should get the hell out of the way and let the customer order the drink, which I think is really cool. Even
Yeah,
if
that
it
is
just
cool.
did that, I think that would be cool as shit.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what we need.
That's what we need.
It's not what we deserve, but it's what we
It's
need.
not what we deserve. It's what we need. And the bar is Harold and Sons, and they have a basement cocktail club called 5cc. It's called Our Little Secret Down Below. Pretty cool. We'll put that in the show notes. The show notes are available wherever you download your podcasts. I don't think Spotify lets you click on the links, but all the rest should. Brittany, why don't you tell us about today's sponsor?
Shipping and mailing from your desk has never been simpler than with SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes, just click Send and Save for as low as $4.99 a month. Schedule package pickups and track shipments from departure to arrival. And for being an e-commerce minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you never overpay. So weigh, print, send, and save without stepping a foot into the post office. Starting at $4.99, you can also save up to 5 cents for every letter and up to 40% off USPS priority mail. Calculate exact postage online and print right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access a special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute to experience shipping made simple with a free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes.
All right, we'll do a quick alcohol-fueled stat time. Beer sales were up 5% in Asia and Western Europe in 2018 and rose 6% in Eastern Europe, according to Euromonitor. But they were flat in the U.S. as canned cocktails, hard seltzers, ain't no law when you're on the claw, and craft beers stole the share from big brewers.
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't they just say White Claw?
Why don't you just say the claw, baby? The claw really made a dent in the alcohol industry this summer, I'll tell you. Only 35% of adults were drinking wine even once a month, as reported in the U.S. Landscape's 2019 from Wine Intelligence. 71% of 21 to 36-year-olds tell YPulse they would rather drink at home than go out to drink at a bar or a club. And 75% of those pesky millennials surveyed said if they had more money to spend on wine, they would. That's according to Business Insider.
That's relatable.
Okay, that's great. More wine for the millennials. Brittany, you got anything else?
No.
All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.